Okay, hello everybody. This is a tutorial on how to edit a audio file. And so last night there was a podcast, an audio recording of an event here at the library, and I am going to turn it into a podcast. I'm going to edit a recorded audio file and make it podcast ready. Okay? So here we go. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to find my file, and it's right here. I have it ready for us. So I'm going to open it up with my favorite audio editing software, Adobe Audition, and I like Adobe Audition 1.5 because it is an older version and it's got all the things I need. The newer versions have more and more frills, unnecessary. With this old one I get everything I need exact. So here we go. So the first thing to do is find out where, I'm going to turn up the volume so you can hear it. And turn down the volume in my headphones. Where the enter point is. So this is actually someone introducing it. For the sake of this showing you how to do this, I'm going to start right with the author. And because I was there last night, I know where it starts. So let's go with thank you for everyone, because and thank you doesn't make sense. So let's just pretend that this is where we're going to start. So I make sure that I'm at my x-axis, and I am. It's very healthy. And what I did right there is you saw that I was zoomed in. On my keyboard, I basically pressed Shift and Home, and that selected everything from there to the beginning, and that way I can just delete it. Alright, so now this is a little bit less volumey than the other. You can see this is a healthy dB. This is a little bit less, so I have a shortcut made, and I'm going to bump that up by about 6. It shouldn't take that long. This is called hard limiting. Basically takes your whatever you select of the WAV file and it bumps it up. So now that looks about the same. I'm not going to mess with it just because, you know, this is a video and I want to get to it, and I only have 5 minutes with Jing. So now, as you can see here, there are spaces where it is not as loud as others. This was the Q&A part. For the sake of this, I'm going to pretend like we did not have a Q&A, and I'm going to find the applause. Or the...
I'm not sure. Okay, so, lovely byproduct.
The part where it just says, hey, let's...
National Commercial Exchange. The salad oil scandal.
Do questions.
Okay, so hopefully I haven't completely scared everyone out of ever having anything to do with the commodities that are traded. To know, think about all the time. Your local green market.
What I did right there is make sure it plays no matter what.
In between. On that note, I'm happy to answer any questions you may have.
Okay, so let's pretend right there that people applauded, which they didn't. I'm going to put a little Q marker in here, because that's what I like to do. So I just know that that's where I'm going to edit. That's my edit point. Let's go to where they applauded.
Pleasure talking with all of you. Thank you for coming out, talking with all of you.
Let's go here, and like I did before, I'm just going to make sure I'm at the x-axis. See here it's a little bit wavy. Here it's right there. So let's just go ahead and pretend like no one asked any questions. Okay, so I basically selected that whole thing and deleted.
Questions you may have.
And let's just pretend that this is the end of the file, okay? So right there I hit Shift End. I selected everything after that, and voila. Now, with applause, what you want to do is you want to fade out. So I have a shortcut here on my keyboard, basically just fades it out. And that way it leaves like half a second or a second there at the end. Now with this, I'm looking at it, and it's pretty healthy, but in order for it to be heard on the computer, we're going to need to bump it up to about -1, because right now the peaks are at like -6. So what I will do is I will do that, but in the end, that is how you edit something for ready to be a podcast. And I'm going to go ahead and end it here by just saying I will bump it up, and at the end of this you will have a file that's ready to go.